Hello everybody, my name is Moirangthem Indira Devi, Principal of Dait Senapati, SCERT, Government of Manipur. We have seen that the Directorate of SCERT, Government of Manipur, has been taken up various initiatives to supplement and support and the guidance in self-learning at home by the students as well as the future teachers of DLED program using social media platform during this COVID-19 lockdown as an alternative measure of teaching learning process. Today, I am discussing about Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, that is Clean India campaign and the Clean School campaign. So friends, before I take up this very topic, let me question you one thing, that what are the most important factors which are influencing the quality of a life of a person? The very answer that we have come to an agreement by many consensus that for a developing society, for a developed country, the most important things which are influencing in the person's quality life is that the educational sector as well as their health sector. If this health sector improves a person's quality life as well as in the societal development, then what are the factors which are influencing again in the health sector? Here we can remember a statement given by Mahatma Gandhi ji, our father of nation. He said that sanitation is more important than Indian independence. It is very true that in a poor country like India, that where the rural population is very high and the living standard of the people is low comparative to other developed countries, the statement itself is very true in fact. Therefore, if we want to lead a sustainable life, then we have to be a slogan and we have to keep in our heart that the terminology of cleanliness. If we clean ourselves, then as well, if we clean our environment, then the health system of the person as well as the surroundings will be improved. Then automatically the society will be a healthy society. Okay friends, now let me talk about that Swachh Bharat, that is Clean India campaign which was taken up by the government of India. So let's see first what is Clean India mission. That this Clean India mission, in another word we known as Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, was first launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji in the year 2040 on October 2 at Rajghat, New Delhi. At the launching time, hundreds and thousands of people take part in that Clean India movement. The main important mission of this Clean India Abhiyan or Clean India movement is that the citizen as well as the people of the India, we should end open defecation by the year 2019. That means from the launching date till the date of 2019, that all the people of the India that should be free from open defecation. Besides that, they should get water facility abundantly, and there should be available proper waste management, and these are some of the missions that is set by that Clean India mission. Now that we have seen that by this Clean India mission, under this Clean India mission, we have seen that under the municipalities, corporation and the municipalities, we have seen the solid waste management system by collecting all the solid waste by the municipality functionaries that we have seen. And in some of the poor houses also we have seen that making of the toilets, and in some cases we have seen availability of more of drinking water facilities. That some of the changes that under this Clean India mission that we have found. So we have seen that there are lots of benefits under this Clean India mission. Now here in this Clean India mission, we as a citizen of India, there are lots of public responsibility also. Here let me share an example. My posting place is at a hill district and I have to move around more than 90 kilometers when I reach there. And on the way, when I ride the public vehicles like buses, that I come across people's after eating and after drinking water, they just throw away the bottles or the cover of the biscuits just through window. On seeing that, I myself think that what they are doing is right or wrong. And I feel that it is an injustice to this Clean India movement. Therefore, dear friends, we should avoid this kind of negligence and we should take our public responsibility and we should take care of our responsibility to make India a green and a clean India. Now again, from this Clean India movement, we have come to the clean school. Why we are coming to clean school is that we have seen, friends, that if we want to inculcate the habit, the self-responsibility, the equality, then discipline and the rules and the regulations, these kind of small bits and attitudes and the habits, these kinds have to be inculcated through the minds of the child since the young ages. Therefore, in the schools, we also wanted to spread the meaning of cleanliness in a meaningful way. Therefore, this Clean India movement has been reached to the schools and we call it as Clean Schools or Clean School Campaign. Now, through this young child's mind, we can develop our nation, because children are the fruit of our nation, and if we want to get a very good quality of fruits in future, then the fruits that we are planting, we need to nurture it. Therefore, friends, we have to inculcate our child this kind of habits and characters from the young ages. Now, let us see then, what are the components of this clean school? If we want a school to be a school to be a clean school and a green school, then what are the components of it? The main components of a clean school or Swachh Vidyalaya is that we have to focus on water, sanitation and hygiene. And this water, sanitation and hygiene, these three components are the three components which are working around this clean school campaign. Now, in this water component, what are the components that we have to discuss? In this water component, there are two things. One is making available drinking water purposes, and the second one is the availability of waters for other purposes. These are the two things. And under this sanitation, there are the toilets. Toilets, when we look at the toilets, this is a problem in all the schools. When we visit the schools, we find that there are non-functional toilets in many schools. And there are toilets of the combined sexes. But under this sanitation, there should be toilets in schools. But what kind of toilet? It should be toilets separately for boys and the girls. And the hygiene component is there. That is, we should take up activities which are related to hygiene, that midday meal and proper hand washing. These are some of the components which are coming under this hygiene. Now, under these three components, there are two things we can benefit from it. One is technical, from the technical point of view, and another is from the point of human development. And the technical point of view, formerly also I have said that the availability of water and proper sanitation, toilets for boys and the girls, and proper hygiene facilities, that is the hand washing, and that also by using soaps. These are under the technical components that we are getting benefit from this water sanitation and the hygiene. And the behavioral changes of the stakeholders of the schools is under the human development component. Under this human development, there are a change of attitude of the stakeholders like teachers and the parents, even the communities, their habits and their way of thinking. These are some of the behavioral changes that we can benefit from this program. So these are some of the components and the benefits that we get from this. Here, if this kind of water, sanitation and the hygiene is not available in a school, then what can be taken up by the parents? Then what can be taken up by the children and by the community, let's say. Now, availability of water, sanitation and the hygiene in a school is a child's right. So, as it is a child right, it is compulsory for a children to get separate toilet for boys and the girls, and drinking water facility, and for other purposes also water should be made available in the school, and the proper hygienic food and the hygienic way of sanitation should be there. So these kind of water, sanitation and the hygiene become a child's right, and it is clearly written in RTE 2009 in the schedule of school building. So, as it is a child's right, it is compulsory for a school to provide these kind of facilities, and the government should implement to provide these kind of facilities to the children. Now, if it is so, then we can find that what are their roles of the stakeholders of a school in this clean school campaign. There are main 4 types of stakeholders in a school, that is teacher and the student, and another is parent, and another is community. Therefore, what are the roles of a teacher who are going to teach, who are the facilitator of the children in a school? What are their roles in this clean school campaign? Now let's see. This kind of role and the activities which are going to be taken up by the teachers are very, very simple. But although it is a simple one, it is very important for children and for the school itself and for the community and for the society itself to promote this cleanliness program and to accelerate this cleanliness program. First of all, teachers can check whether the children are taking care of their belongings in neat and a clean manner. And the second one is that the teachers every day they can check the children whether they are coming to school after taking bath or after properly washing their hands and the feet. This also they need to monitor. And in the third, the teachers can check whether the children are coming to school by wearing proper dress, that is also clean dress, and this is also needs to be monitored. And in the fourth, the teachers they should make available of the water facilities, water that of two types. One is for drinking purposes, that is also good quality, and another is for that other purposes like for toilet and gardening, etc. And in the fifth, the teachers they should regularly monitor the sanitation whether they are functioning or not. And if they do not monitor the sanitation, then if it is not functional, then it is same as non-availability of toilets. Therefore, teachers should take care of it very well. These are some of the examples and some of the steps that we can suggest to the teachers. And as the teachers are the real worker and the player in the school, they can devise many other strategies so that they can take up for these purposes. Now, let me come to that the role of the student as well as the role of the parents. The role of the student is that they have to take the advice of the teachers first, and they have to take care of personal belongings, and they have to keep their personal belongings at home and at school, also at proper places, with neat and clean. And besides that, when they come to school and when they go back to home from school and when they roam about with their parents, they should never throw any pieces of waste by the side of the road or anywhere at improper place. So these are some of the small activities that a student can take up. Besides that, a senior student in a school can also take a lead role so that the junior student can follow them in taking up this cleanliness drive. For example, a student from a secondary school can advise the upper primary school children, or a student from an upper primary class, they can take the lead role of taking up advising and doing the cleanliness drive by showing an example to the primary school children. So these are some of the small steps that which are taken up by the students. Here, let me cite an example from Japan. Now in Japan, that it is found that in schools there are no janitors, and all the students and the teachers, they combine together, they cooperate to one another, and they clean their toilets, and they clean their classroom, and even clean their plates after eating. They clean up everything. So all the cleaning work are done by the student as well as the teachers. So these are some of the good examples that we can replicate to our small school also as an innovation and on tryout basis our elementary school teachers can take up this kind of exemplars, and they take up as an innovation work. And if it is successful, then they can carry on in future also. So I am just giving an example, and now let me come to the role and the responsibility of the communities. We know that community take a very big role in shaping a school, in shaping an institution. The community, they provide all their ideas and their ideals and their dreams and their vision and educational institutions setting up in their community. Therefore, school is also their social institution, and in every progress, in every developmental work, the community also should take part in the developmental work of the schools. Therefore, some of the small steps that the communities can take up in this cleaning program of the school and their surroundings is that they should never do any activity which can affect the health of the children, which can they should never keep any heap of waste just nearby the school or around the school. And sometimes we come across that some of the homes which are neighboring to the schools, they burn their waste materials near the school compound. It should not be done. This kind of burning of waste materials, plastic waste materials, and that hazardous kind of materials, it should not be done, and it should not be that incineration. This should not be avoided totally by the communities. And whenever the school needs any kind of help, and they should extend their help happily to the schools. So these are some of the steps that which can be taken up by the community. Now again, let's see that as a teacher educator and as a functionary of a teacher education institution, that what kind of role the teacher educators as well as the student teachers or the future teachers of our diet can take part in this school clean school campaign. In the DLED program, there is a curriculum, and under that curriculum there is a paper of school internship program, and in that school internship program, the students, that means the future teachers of the diets, they have to go to school and they take up certain activities in the school, and they have to take up practice teaching program there for 45 days. Therefore, taking advantage during that 45 days, the student teachers can take up activities in the school, in the beautification program of the school. They can take a lead role. They can be an exemplar to the school by planting plants and flowers and decorative plants in the school, so that the school may be a green school and a clean school and a clean environment. And secondly, the students, the future teachers, they can take part, or if they can initiate cleanliness drive in the school along with the school functionaries, along with the communities. And in the third, they can take part in the midday meal program, in the preparation of the midday meals provided to the students. This also they can take part in that. And besides that, the future teachers also can teach to the small children of the schools how to wash their hands properly by using soap, because it is very important and it is the urgent need of the hour. And it is quite related to the pandemic of COVID-19 also. Therefore, we need to teach all the children that how to clean ourselves, not only the personal hygiene, not only cleaning themselves, but also to clean their schools properly, and so that the environment should be a good environment and a clean environment. Now, before ending this session, let me tell you one sustainable development goal, which is target number 6.2 of the United Nations, that in that sustainable development goal 6.2, that all the 193 countries of the United Nations, they agreed, and they agreed to write down, and they kept a goal, and that goal is by 2030 achieve adequate and equitable sanitation and hygiene for all, and open defecation, pay attention to women and the girl and vulnerable situations. These are the statement of the Sustainable Development Goal 6.2, and the availability of sanitation and the hygiene is not for a single person or not for a certain class of community. It is for all, irrespective of caste, creed, and the race, and the sex, and for poor and the urban and the rural. For everybody, we have to provide equitable sanitation and the hygiene. Therefore, this kind of campaign, which is taken up by the government of India, that is Clean India, Clean School campaign, that is that Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and Swachh Vidyalaya, it is quite aligned to this Sustainable Development Goal 6.2, and it is a bold step taken up by the government of India to attain this Sustainable Development Goal by the year 2030. Therefore, we should, as a stakeholder, as a people of our country, we should be a part of this cleanliness drive, and this cleanliness drive is the need of the hour, and it is quite related to this COVID-19 pandemic situation also, and all the students and all the people who have aware and who have been sensitized about how to clean their community, how to clean their surrounding, how to clean their self, as well as how to take care of others, and how to carry out their self-responsibility, and how to cooperate with one another, how to maintain discipline, how to maintain the self-regulation and the rules and the regulation. These kind of small attitudes that we have learned from this Clean School campaign, and now it is time to execute by all of us, and let's execute and let's be one. And thank you all of you once again, and stay home and stay safe.